Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and last year I made a video regarding Logan Paul and his CryptoZoo shenanigan, and how he hasn't paid back in over a year. And ladies and gentlemen, I say a year ago, but it's only been a few days, quite literally. We're talking like what, the last day of December? Well, ladies and gentlemen, literally a few hours ago, Logan Paul actually announced that he's gonna start paying people back in CryptoZoo, okay? Anybody affected by it. Now, to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you might be like, wow, Moody, you should be proud, you should be glad. Obviously, there's something good happening. There's refunds being issued. However, Logan being Logan, this is not as cut and dry as anyone can make it out. Yeah, you get your money back, a tiny percentage of it, basically, in comparison to what potentially could be on the table. But you get your money back if you're willing to not sue Logan Paul. For anybody that's not knowing, a few days ago I did cover this topic, and I talked about a potential class action lawsuit. Not really potential, it's a class action lawsuit that's currently going through the motions right now. So it is actually spearheaded by a YouTuber known as Attorney Tom, who basically runs his own law practice, very big law practice. They've got a lot of actual settlements that they've worked on in the millions of dollars, and CryptoZoo is just one more notch they're trying to add onto their belt. Now, of course, litigation, as you know, takes a lot of time. And it basically requires a lot of victims to come forward and be part of this lawsuit, being that it is a class action lawsuit. Now, when Logan Paul issues a refund and he basically hopes that you don't sue him, a little waiver in there, it's to basically, stop lawsuits like this, or at least stop the ammo from building up. Now, I think it's pretty crappy to basically put a refund that you should be giving ethically behind a legal wall, but let's go into exactly what Logan said, okay? Let's go look through this man's PR answer. Today, I'm incredibly happy to announce that I'm delivering on my promise to buy back base egg and base animal CryptoZoo NFTs for their original purchase price. This buyback program is being carried out at eggnftbuyback.com. Is this buyback accounting for the price in US dollar at the time or Ethereum? That's an interesting question. So basically, he puts a little website, which eggnftbuyback.com, and you can submit all your information through the site through February 8th. So I approached the CryptoZoo project like everything else I'm passionate about, with only the best in money, who shared our vision. I never made a single penny from the project. Period. In fact, the opposite's true because I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to make it happen. Which, by the way, is chump change for a guy like Logan Paul, given how successful his, coconut water energy hydration drink product is doing. With this buyback program, I am personally committing more than $2.3 million to buy back base eggs and base animals from every person who intended to play CryptoZoo. Like you, I was highly disappointed that the game was not delivered. Oh yeah? As I said a year ago, CryptoZoo was derailed by bad actors. Bad actors that you yourself knew were bad at the time. Seriously, this guy added scumbags like Eddie Ibanez. Forget Eddie. He added scumbags like Jake the Crypto King. Dude, motherfuckers from Mars were telling you this guy was shady. All right, you don't even need to watch the Pokemon box videos to figure that one out. The guy just gave shady vibes. All right, come on now. But again, ladies and gentlemen, Logan Paul claims that this was derailed by those bad actors. Not those specifically as mentioned in this post, but I think we reasonably can understand some of the other developers and minds behind the project. So they did steal money, bad actors here, and who betrayed our team while internally sabotaging the game. This has now been confirmed by an extensive investigation that has involved a forensic analysis of blockchain activity and the review of thousands of communications. Yeah, cool, they audited themselves. Nice job. With this evidence in mind today, I have filed a lawsuit in federal court in Texas to hold these bad actors accountable. So he's given out this 25-page lawsuit, and again, just a quick idea of it, if we're looking at it real quickly, involves Logan Paul as a cross-plaintiff versus Eddie Ibanez and Jake Scumbag, the Crypto King. Okay. And if you want to read this 25-level page lawsuit where they cover multiple counts of fraud, express breach of contract, implied breach of contract, unjust enrichment, violation of Texas's Deceptive Trade Practices Act, DTPA, negligence, fraudulent misrepresentation, and the conspiracy to commit fraud, you're freely able to do so, okay? So again, this is Logan Paul, from at least my personal understanding, pushing the blame squarely onto those other scumbags. Now, again, I think Logan is quite intelligent when it comes to cryptocurrencies because, as you remember, CryptoZoo isn't this guy's first ride on the crypto rodeo. He's done a few projects before this, okay? So again, this is not his first time. But anyways, let's go into it. The lawsuit is the result of an exhaustive investigation and not based on just snippets of conversation taken out of context. So he's got to get the jabs on the people that have called him out here. It's real professional stuff, by the way. Cute. That include the review of the entirety of conversations and tracking nefarious trading activity related to the project. Nefarious trading activity taken behind our backs without our knowledge and with the intention of defrauding us all. Don't put yourself at the same level as the people that are allegedly victimized in this, my man. You are, in fact, a complete scumbag. Own it. As far as the game itself, unfortunately, it will not be released. See, when I talked about this, one of his 3-part plans was, I'm gonna finish CryptoZoo. CryptoZoo is dead, okay? It's gone. It's deader than Bully 2, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't coming out. I personally spent $400,000... $400,000 on a Web3 HTML era egg game? Come on, man. YouTubers finish that stuff for free. I have it developed, and after it's completed in early 2023 and some further diligence, unfortunately there are too many regulatory hurdles that would need to be cleared that I did not originally understand and would immediately delay this buyback even further. He just wants to rid his hands free of this CryptoZoo nonsense, and I don't blame him. But again, if you were somebody that was excited for CryptoZoo and the ability to breed and hatch animals together and all the stupid shit that comes with it, well, it's gone, okay? The game is over. It's all over now. Go download a mod for another successful video game that replicates the same rough functionality. This buyback is a way for me to make whole those who intended to play CryptoZoo. The buyback is not intended to compensate those who gambled on the crypto market and lost. It's important to remember that Zoo Token was created to support the CryptoZoo game and its players. It was not intended as an investment vehicle. So here he just basically blames, he victim blames the actual people jumping into it. Dog, you know that people jump into tokens with the implication that the longer you hold on to a token that's gaining popularity, its overall per token value will increase. And therefore, they're going to make money if they start at the beginning, when they invest in at the beginning. But again, Logan Paul denies that this was ever an investment vehicle to begin with, and we're going to retouch up on this once we see his buyback website. So here inside his buyback website, what's kind of insane is complete this form to request a buyback for eligible CryptoZoo NFTs. Okay, let's hit start there. To participate in this CryptoZoo NFT buyback, each claimant must first submit this claim form. Okay, I'm not a victim, thank God, so let me just skip that section. Eligible NFTs are CryptoZoo base eggs and base animals. What about things like hybrids or anything? You had other eggs, but all right, whatever, fine. Some people are getting the refund. So what's important here is the waiver of claims and release. By accepting these terms, you acknowledge and agree that you are waiving any actual or anticipated claims against Paul. Anticipated claims like what's coming up in your actual lawsuit, your class action? Okay. As well as against any related personnel, affiliates, agents, partners, employees, service providers, or representatives for monetary or equitable relief arising out of or in connection with CryptoZoo, including but not limited to this buyback. Your purchase of any Zoo tokens. So literally, he's fucking over the people that, listen, if you participate in this buyback, you'll get like what? I think it's like $200 for your base egg back, but you're giving up all of your possible relief that you could get on the Zoo tokens, which, by the way, that is a lot of money right there. Or your purchase of any CryptoZoo NFT. You further acknowledge that the buyback does not constitute an admission by Paul of your legal entitlement to any amount, nor does it constitute an admission of any responsibility in connection with any actual or anticipated claims relating to CryptoZoo. Did he partner with Vought International? Dog, A-Train's lawyer wasn't even this insane. What the fuck? This is crazy. He literally will give you a refund. He's putting this refund behind the fact that, hey, if you take it, you're not going to litigate us any further. This is an incredibly, at least from my personal belief, an incredibly shady and shitty way to basically keep himself away from litigation, to avoid liability for this entire CryptoZoo nonsense, this debacle, and give people, a bit of their money back, or at least the victims in the situation, the initial people that put their money in for those base eggs, who minted those base eggs. Now, again, going back to his one statement where he talked about this buyback was not intended to compensate because it's not intended as an investment vehicle. Again, I gave you my personal beliefs, right? Like, hey, I think when you are people that have put this multi-million trading volume that happened on the Zoo token, when you release a token on the market in the crypto sphere, people know, especially those putting their money in and have the knowledge of how to put their money in, know that when they buy into a token that's valued at like 20 cents early, they expect it to rise to $1. They expect their initial investment to reflect better, to be worth more a month, 2 months, a year down the road, right? Or at least in crypto terms, a bunch of degens want it to be worth triple in like 2 hours, but you get the idea, right? So again, Logan has talked about this not being an investment vehicle, and I think I'm going to let the lawyer discuss this better than I am, at least their perspective. Listen to the lawyer who has taken Logan Paul to a class action lawsuit.
The founders assigned themselves billions of these Zoo tokens. They attempted to pay service providers, developers in Zoo tokens, allegedly. Allegedly, they bought Zoo token at an artificially low price because they stealth launched it, meaning they stealth launched the game to themselves, but not the public, so they could buy it up at a low price. They sure acted, in my opinion, like Zoo token was an investment vehicle. Zoo token, there was billions of dollars in trading volume in Zoo token, yet for their NFT buyback, they have no problem getting people to waive their claims for Zoo token. It's just so disheartening.
And I agree. It is actually quite disheartening to see this situation happen. Now listen, litigation is gambling, all right? It is kind of like gambling in a way, right? You could win a lawsuit, you could lose a lawsuit. But the fact that Logan is doing this, in amidst a big class action lawsuit like this, shows that there is some sign of desperation. Clearly, this lawsuit doesn't appear to be going that great for him, and Attorney Tom and his team clearly have some silver bullets that they're going to fire, and they have fired, and they absolutely will take Logan to court over. Now, to understand, a litigation like a waiver that Logan Paul is providing exists literally to remove ammunition from, people like Attorney Tom, to get people to give up their right to take Logan Paul to court. Now, obviously, the choice is prepared, right? Like, the choice is given for any victim is you can get a portion of your money back, not all of it. You can get a portion refunded. And right now, it seems like they're just examining accounts right now. The refund isn't actually given, so you waive away your right, but you still don't technically have the money in your hand yet. The other thing is, obviously, if you choose not to take the refund, you're putting your eggs, quite literally, into one lawsuit, and the lawsuit could go either way. So realistically, the victims, either they stick with this class action lawsuit and they hope enough people jump in to make this difference, to go over that last hurdle and to actually make a difference and take Logan Paul to a land of accountability that he has never seen in his entire career, or they get a little bit of their money back. Look, at the end of the day, I'm personally glad that a refund is finally being offered, okay? Congratulations, Logan. But one thing that I've learned about Logan Paul and people like him is they never do shit out of kindness, and they never do shit to make people whole. It's literally to free himself from any possible actual repercussions that he could be having. Look, at the end of the day, I think influencers who run like these crazy financial schemes, these crazy products on their fan bases that are so financially volatile, personally, I don't think it should happen. I think influencers should stay far away from stuff like that because you are quite literally getting your audience to gamble with their earnings, right? Because, again, like I said, influencers have the ability to image intimidate, right? Like a rich guy, a multimillionaire, can sit there and say, I put $20,000 into like AskCoin and it boosted up to 100,000. For the influencer, what they don't really denote is they gambled, right? They put 20 grand that they could afford to lose. For somebody who's their biggest fan following it, they could say, oh shit, if it worked for him, it could probably work for me. I mean, that guy is living in a mansion, driving the Raris, Maybe I can one day too. But again, obviously there is personal responsibility. If you listen to an influencer and put your money into a stupid product that they, shell out, part of me does believe that you deserve to feel the sting. But again, at the end of the day, whatever I believe it doesn't matter, okay? Like, at the end of the day, there are laws and there are regulations, and there should be regulations, especially around cryptocurrencies. And what Logan Paul had promoted, this game that he made, the tokens that he created, should never have been introduced for the average person anyways. This should never have begun. The only reason we're talking about this is because Logan made a decision to create CryptoZoo and the Zoo token. And had he not done that, the situation would not exist and people would not be victimized. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar, and Logan Paul is given refunds, but obviously with a pretty big catch. And is the catch worth it? I don't think so. The lawyer here doesn't think so. And if you have a case against Logan, maybe you should get in touch with Attorney Tom and join a class action lawsuit if you are eligible to do so. That said, this is me, Mutahar, and I am